Hey you guys, I'm going to be doing kind of a more simple laid back video today. So I recently de-stashed my patterns, I would say maybe like 6 months or so ago, and I wanted to just kind of narrow my pattern stash down to things that I know I could sew pretty much in my lifetime. Over the years I've definitely just kind of pattern hoard and picked up so many different patterns along the way, which I love all of them, but I decided to go ahead and just narrow down the patterns to things that I'm actually going to be making. So I thought it would be fun to kind of just take you along that journey. So today's video is definitely going to be a little bit more laid back, and I'm just going to kind of go through all of my patterns and kind of just show you a little bit more about why I'm going to choose that pattern. Alright you guys, so I'm going to try to narrow my stash down. Again, today's video is just a laid back video. I'm just going to go through each of my patterns and kind of show you why I want to keep them and why I don't. So I have 2 of these bins here that I keep my sewing patterns in. I'll have links to these in the description bar below if you guys are interested. So the goal is to have 1 box of the patterns that I do want to keep, and then the other box I'm just going to have patterns that I'm probably just going to store away for now. I probably won't be able to get rid of them completely, but eventually I'll probably end up having like a garage sale, or maybe I'll sell them on eBay or something like that. But so again, I'm just going to kind of run through my patterns and have a box that I'm going to keep and then a box that I'm not going to keep. So and I'll also talk to you a little bit about why I want to keep it and why I don't. Alright, so this pattern is Butterick 6324, and the reason why I chose this pattern, I think, was probably just because it's really simple and kind of classic. I got this pattern when I first started sewing. I actually have not sewn it yet, but I had this thing when I would get a pattern, I would cut it out immediately. So pretty much all of the patterns that I have, I think I cut a size 8 on each of them. So it was kind of just a little hobby that I would go home and cut it immediately. So I think that's kind of what gave me a little bit of behind the scenes on all the different shapes of a pattern and things like that. I would always just open it and be like obsessed with how the patterns look. So this is a really classic staple pattern. Like I said, I haven't sewed it yet, but I definitely do want to sew this one. So I'm gonna put this one in my keep pile. This next one that I have here, and none of these are in like any particular order, they're kind of just thrown in a box. So this is McCall's 7593. I don't actually remember when this pattern came out, but it's a jersey pattern, so it's made for knits, and it really does look like it would make a really fun kind of just classic casual, you know, jersey dress. But I feel like I have so many of these already in my pattern stash, so I think I'm gonna put this in the don't keep pile. So next I have Simplicity 1059. So this is a really cool kind of just classic pattern. So it's a jiffy pattern. It says simple to sew using 2 or 3 main pieces. I love simple patterns. I love the idea of having a simple classic, you know, staple wardrobe dress, and I also love that it's kind of retro. So I think I am going to keep this pattern. So that's Simplicity 1059. This next one here is a blazer pattern. So this is Simplicity 2446, and it's kind of just a nice simple classic blazer. Definitely more fitted to the body, nothing oversized. I think this is a little bit more of an older pattern. I definitely got it whenever I first started learning how to sew. And I do think I eventually want to try this pattern out, so I'm going to keep that one. That's Simplicity 2446. So this next pattern is a Vogue pattern, and I'm actually just going to breeze through the Vogue patterns because I love Vogue. I definitely have so many of them, and I don't really know if I'll ever sew all of them, but every pattern that I have that is Vogue, I am definitely going to keep. I'm obsessed with Vogue patterns in general. You guys probably know from watching my videos, I always love to sew Vogue patterns. So I'm definitely going to keep all of my Vogues. So I'll just kind of run through the patterns right now and just put all the Vogues in my keep pile. This one here is a Learn to Sew pattern, McCall 7055. It's basically just a round piece of fabric, just circular fabric, and it makes this really cool kind of like cascading simple cardigan. I really do like this pattern, but I don't really think that I would sew it again, so I'm going to put this in the don't keep pile. Next I have this new look pattern. It's pretty simple, nothing really too extravagant, except it does have these really cool different, you know, sleeve details and things like that, but I don't think I can see myself sewing this pattern, so I'm just going to go ahead and put it in my don't keep pile. So this one here is Berta 6916. This is one of my first actual blog posts that I ever did. I think the dress design is super unique and super interesting, so I think I probably will actually keep this pattern just for kind of the nostalgia of it. One of my first ever blog posts that I ever did. So again, that's word 6916, and I think I'll go ahead and keep this one. This one here is a Simplicity 8649. It's a really cool, just really easy to sew pattern. It has this kind of cascading effect on the pants, and then it has just a really nice simple skirt detail. I do really want to try this pant with the cascading detail on the side, so I think I'll actually go ahead and keep this pattern. This one here is McCall's 7978. I've been wanting to film a Sewing with Rosy episode with this pattern. I just haven't been able to find the right fabric, so I'm definitely going to keep this pattern, and hopefully it'll be a future Sewing with Rosy episode. This one here is McCall's 7630. This is a really simple pattern with different sleeve details. I do absolutely love View F. It has this really cool just tie knot detail at the front, so I do want to sew this pattern, so I'm going to keep it in my keep file. Next we have Butterick 6255. This is a jacket pattern, and I remember when this pattern came out, it definitely was all over the stores, this kind of design, and I never got around to sewing it, so I'm definitely going to keep this pattern. So I have so many patterns here in my stash, so I'm just going to show you, and I don't think I'll be able to talk through each and every one of these, but I think since I'm just kind of making this more of a laid back video, hopefully this video will just inspire you to kind of go through your patterns and see what you're actually going to sew and what you're not. I'll put the camera to the side and kind of just show you guys the process of me picking the patterns and deciding on which ones I want to keep or not.